just keeps getting better. I'm just out here seeing the coolest things. Because it walks to this till Well, I've already climbed about 1,000 feet out of Cajon Pass, and I'm just going up into the clouds, and I'm just gonna keep climbing all day. And so I really don't know what it's like, what it will be like up there. We'll see. Could be interesting. Like I'm gonna get about 21 miles in today. Those are big miles. It was just all climbing today. My feet are tender. Woof. But I probably got another mile and a half to go today. Earlier, I actually crossed the 350 mile mark, which means I'm halfway through the desert section. The desert section's 700 miles and ends in Kennedy Meadows, so that's wild. Time is flying, miles are flying, and still having a great time. Looking forward to getting to camp today, and that leaves me about, I think like 7.5 or 8 miles out of Wrightwood. I'll get into Wrightwood tomorrow. I had shipped myself some food. Actually, my wife shipped it for me. So I gotta pick up the food. And I'm probably gonna stay the night in Wrightwood. Shower and laundry sounds pretty fantastic. I'm also plotting a little side quest to get off the trail and go home again. Just because I'm so close. And I want to take advantage of that as much as possible. Come next week, or actually in the next 4 or 5 days, I will be just going further and further away from home, so good time to do that. Up because I had to take an emergency poop, but then I got to catch this incredible sunrise. Such an amazing morning spent above the clouds. That was so cool. I've got a little more than 3 miles behind me, and I think in total it's 7 miles or so into Wrightwood, where I've got a cabin with some hiker homies. Recently found out I'm a secret vlogger. So what's up? Big slapback U-turn. Going into Wrightwood, I've got a resupply package waiting for me, and hopefully made the hike back up from Wrightwood to the PCT. It was just a quick overnighter, and now I'm back up in the mountains and in and out of patches of snow. I don't really do too good of a job capturing the time spent in town, and that's because I'm just super busy, usually just doing a bunch of town chores. When we get in, first and foremost, you gotta shower, laundry, and then eat food. I stayed in a cabin. There were 5 hikers total in there. We all had a bed. It was wonderful. And so we all showered. Most of us did laundry. Went and grabbed some Mexican food, ate a ton of food, and went to the post office, picked up a box of food that my wife had shipped to me. And after that, went to the grocery store, picked up some more snacks and dinner to cook that evening, and even like some breakfast stuff for the next morning. And yeah, then it was just so nice. This was the first time that I stayed in a cabin with a bunch of other hikers, and it just was such a wholesome time. Everyone was in there just cooking, listening to music, drinking wine. Just a really great bonding experience. So that was a blast. And had a really slow morning, ate a couple breakfasts, and then we got back on trail. So we're out here, and tomorrow I think we'll be pushing to do a quick summit of Mount Baden-Powell and making our way through the Angeles Crest. And then I'll shoot out into the desert in a few days. Just cruising along this ridge here, and we're going to camp somewhere along the base of this mountain tonight. 2,277 miles to go. Means we hit 373 miles. making my way up Baden Powell. Probably a little more than halfway up, and lots of snow, so there's not really any trail, and it's a steep climb. Usually it's a lot of switchbacks, so when the switchbacks get covered in snow, it just gets really steep, and the best way to go is just straight up. So we're climbing. It's about 6:30 in the morning. The sun is up. Feels good. Yeah, so really fresh morning. Oh, and last night was cool. We camped right at Vincent Gap on Highway 2. And I was literally just sleeping right next to the highway. A bunch of campers out there. People were sleeping in the parking lot, in the picnic area. And the only reason why we're able to do that is just because the Highway 2 is closed. So it's kind of just fair game, and it's the perfect place to camp the night before this big steep climb. So the views are really cool. I can see Mount Baldy, and I can see the desert. Really excited to get to the top and see what's on the other side. It's looking like a double summit day. Let's go! I am cooked. Oh my gosh. I've been up since 4 in the morning. It's now almost 12:15 in the afternoon. So I've been on the move for over 7 hours. And I've gone about 6.7 miles today. I mean, it was mostly snow, mostly off-trail navigation. So a lot of the switchbacks and ways that you'd normally walk just weren't there. So we were just going the direct route up and over things. Straight up, straight down. Mostly snow. When it wasn't snow, it was steep dirt, loose rocks, scree. Going over logs, walking through thorn bushes. Just exhausting. The snow's starting to thin out. I'm getting lower in elevation, so maybe just a few more snow drifts to go, but I am exhausted. That was rough. It was really rough. I'm not too far from a water spring, and I'm gonna go to sleep. Look at this gnarly snow bridge. You can see all those holes down further where it's already broken through. We just tested out this little bridge here. It's pretty strong. You could also step onto that lip there and get back on trail. Sketchy. So before I proceeded to cross that snow bridge, I went and gave it a really good stomp just to check it out. And my foot went straight through, collapsed the bridge in, and luckily most of my weight was still on secure ground, and I was able to kind of catch myself, but I could see the creek like 3 or 4 feet below the bridge. So could I have walked across it? Probably, but I'm glad that I tested its integrity, and I was still able to just take a big step over it, so it was okay, but you just got to be double careful out here. Okay, story time. Recap of everything that went down yesterday afternoon. I don't really do a good job of covering things in the evening, so I gotta make up for it, but this one is exceptionally interesting. So overall, we covered about 15 trail miles yesterday. Since we did a lot of off-trail navigation, it was probably more like maybe 12 miles. But as far as that lines up with the PCT is around 15, regardless. So we kind of hit a nice little rest stop yesterday afternoon that was right on Highway 2, and it was about 3 miles away from where we were aiming to camp for the night. And so right at the highway, the trail, like I said, 3 miles, really stupid, goes up 1,000 feet, down 1,000 feet, and drops you off a little bit further right back on Highway 2. So the other option, you could road walk Highway 2, which is closed. It's pretty much flat, shorter, and takes you right where you still need to go. So I thought I would treat myself after a very challenging, rough day and enjoy the novelty of a highway walk, an abandoned highway walk at that. So Lab Rat, he decided to join me. The two of us did the road walk. The three others, U-Turn, Glitterbug, and Wiggs, they decided to do the trail. So we had a wonderful road walk. It was scenic. We even got to walk through a double tunnel, and that was probably the highlight of my day. It was way cool. We got to camp early because we were just faster than everyone else as they were suffering up and over the mountain. And so we got to camp. We're hanging out, being very leisurely, enjoying that road walk. And everyone else slowly starts to trickle in, maybe 30, 45 minutes later. Probably a little bit longer, actually. Anyways, people start trickling in. The only two people left that haven't gotten to camp are the girls, Glitterbug and U-Turn. And it's getting late. It's probably about 4:30, and Glitterbug comes down the trail walks into camp and she's got no backpack on. And she says, guys, I'm ultralight now. I have no backpack. And we're like, huh? She says, my backpack is gone. Huh? What happened was she was up on, the trail to camp was very sketchy, a continuation of our treacherous day. She was up on top of a ridge. It was snowy, rocky, not comfortable, but she needed to take a rest, and I guess she took her backpack off, set it down, and then within seconds, it's gone. Backpack is pummeling down the mountain, gone. There were other reports I heard from other hikers nearby where they heard a loud crashing sound and literally saw her backpack pummeling down this mountain. Super steep hillside, and it must have fallen maybe 600 feet or so. And I guess, so it goes all the way down to, at the bottom of this slope mountain, there was a creek. Super steep, super dangerous. I guess she went down there by herself, trying to look for it, couldn't find it, climbed back up, came to camp, and that was when we ran into her. So we form a posse, and we go on our rescue recovery mission for the backpack. And she takes us to the spot where it fell, from what she can remember. And it was such a steep slope. More than 45 degrees, probably 50, 55 degrees. And it's just loose rock, loose dirt, trees. It's a disaster. We kind of backtrack a bit and find a safe way to get down to the bottom of that canyon where the creek is. We follow the creek up, kind of looking for her backpack or any kind of loose equipment that might have just fallen out, and we didn't find anything. We get to the slope where she thinks that the pack fell, and we fan out and literally scale up the slope back to the trail. Super dangerous. It was risky, but we really wanted to make sure she got her backpack back. She's foreign. She's from Australia. Her visa's in there. Very important things are in there aside from just survival stuff. I'm gonna walk over this snowdrift right now. Anyways, we scale it, go up it, and we don't see anything. Two people, Wigs and Glitterbug, they decide to go a little bit further over to another little canyon where it could have fallen. And after some searching, scaling, scrambling, sure enough, they found it. And it was like a 600-foot descent. They had to go down, get the pack, climb back up, get back on trail, get back to camp. It was hectic, but thank goodness we recovered the pack. Nobody got hurt, and the vibe was high at the end of the day. But gosh, so exhausting. Anyways, that was the excitement of the evening, and by the time it was all said and done, the sun was down, it was dark. We just ate and went to sleep. Crazy day, but happy ending. Some other honorable mentions this morning. I will be hitting the 400-mile marker today. And on top of that, it is also my 1-month trail anniversary. It's gone by so fast. I cannot believe that I've been out here for a whole month. And not once have I thought, God, how am I gonna do this for another 3, 4 months, 5 months? Hasn't crossed my mind. I have not thought about quitting at all. Amazing. I can't believe I've gotten this far. I'm so happy with my body, my mind. Really didn't know what I was capable of, and here I am out here pushing myself every day. So that is so cool. Every day is a gift. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. So in honor of that, love you, Mom. I'll be thinking of you. This video won't come out for a few more days, but it's all good. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying it out here. Never been this deep in the Angeles Crest. There's a lot of big rocks, big walls that are bolted for rock climbing. So that's kind of exciting to see. And the trail's pretty rough. You know, it obviously went through a really heavy storm, heavy winter. So it's beat up, but it's okay. Well, that's all I got. I don't know how far I'm going today. It's gonna be mystery miles. I'm just gonna go as far as I can. It's almost 3:30. I just had a good little rest break by the water, soaked my feet, got some shade, ate some food. I've done about 16 miles today and planning to do about 5 more. All thoughts and memories of snow have quickly disappeared and it feels like desert again. Over these next couple days I'll be making my way out towards Mojave. So it is going to get hotter and drier. I already am missing the pine trees, but I think I should have some pine action today, tomorrow. Anyways, that's what's going on. It has been such a beautiful morning. Amazing sunrise. Sun comes up over the ridge, golden light just shining through the pine trees. Birds are singing. What more could you ask for? I took it really slow to get going this morning because I have a special visitor coming to meet me out on trail, a friend from home. Super psyched about that. I think he's bringing me a sandwich. I will be very tempted to try and jump in his car and go home too. Stay tuned. Otherwise, I'm just like a day and a half away from the Highway 14, close to Agua Dulce. And if I get there as well, I'd get there tomorrow. I also got offers from my parents to come and get me as well. So a return home for a quick rest is in the near future. I just don't know when. I am a feather in the wind right now. Otherwise, I'm feeling really good. I've managed to eat most of the food in my bag, so the pack feels light, small, sexy, feeling great. And yeah, we'll just see how today goes. If I don't go home, I'll be doing either 20 or 25 miles total, and that will set me up to hit the 14 pretty early the next day. Anyways, just enjoying these pine trees. Oh, they're so pleasant. Trying to soak it in as much as I can before I drop down into the vast nothingness of the desert. I am home, I'm clean, and I am fed. So yesterday, a good friend from home, Jack, he wanted to at some point drive out and meet me on trail just to bring me some food and some epic snacks and support me that way. And so he came out, he met me at the Mill Creek picnic area, and he brought like 10 tacos, beers, Coca-Cola, his dog, and it was just all time. And he was just going back home, and I could not resist the temptation to get a ride home. So thank you, Jack, for taking me home. So happy to be here. Yesterday was Mother's Day, so I was able to meet up with the family, surprise everyone, and made my mom really happy. She even cried a little bit, so that was just perfect. So grateful for all of the support I've been getting from friends, family, and even strangers on trail. It's just been so amazing. So I'm taking a 0 day here at home so I can rest, resupply on food, do laundry, all that fun stuff. And tomorrow I'll be going back to Mill Creek. I got picked up at the, like I said, the picnic area, kind of right near the fire station. So I will be getting back on trail there and just continuing my hike. This next week and a bit will be a really fun stretch. I'm really excited for it, even though it will be some pretty proper, grueling desert. I can't wait, really looking forward to it. I'll be making my way across the 14 through Agua Dulce, make my way to Hiker Town, pushing through, hit the aqueduct, the LA aqueduct, into Tehachapi. Probably plan to take a rest in Tehachapi before I make my push towards Canyon Meadows. So it's all happening so fast, the desert is quickly coming to an end, but super excited and looking forward to it.